Hey, so this is what I'm thinking for the format. We are going to check in before the gig. We're going to have some clips from the gig, and then we're going to check in after the gig. And then after that, I'm going to break down songs that didn't work and songs that did work. And then I'm going to shout out some edits and remixes that I really liked that I played at said gig. Let's give it a shot. Beautiful morning today. I am out near Penn Station. I'm going to take the train out to Baltimore. And I will be playing at Locals Only, which is a spot I've done a handful of times in the past. Very fun spot, very open format spot. It just gets better every time I'm there. It was a new spot when I first started there. They've just been working on it, and they've done a great job. They've recently added like an upstairs room that plays like just house, and they're having like a bunch of house DJs up there, which means on the main floor I can just entirely like just focus on just giving them a dense, like exciting open format set. In the past, there's been like a lot of people that wanted to hear house there because there's a pretty good house scene in Baltimore. But people are kind of split on it. Like you can really go in on the house and like make some people happy, but then isolate other people. It's good that it's got its own room where they can just have like the house party. It's gonna be rocking tonight. I'm excited. I think I played there the Halloween Friday last year. So this year I'm on for the Saturday. The Friday was mental. I expect about the same this time around. So looking forward to this nice Amtrak ride to Baltimore. I get to work on some edits on the train. Hopefully it's not too loud out here. Beautiful. New York City, you know. All right, I'm at the train station here in Baltimore. Just checking in. There's some sort of interesting man statue behind me. That's kind of fun. My hair's a little crazy. That's all right. Get that figured out before the gig. Anyhow, headed over to Locals Only. Equipment-wise, we've got an S7 and some Rain 12s, which is nice. It's so nice. I love playing on that setup. Last time there was a little bit of stutter on the Rains. It was weird. I guess Rain 12s in general are like kind of funky. Like I'd rather have turntables, but if they're working, they're about as good in my opinion. Apart from if you play like the end of the track, it'll eventually stop. And I like to do a trick where I think a lot of people do this trick. They like put the song at the end there. And then, what am I saying? You do a silent cue. You do a silent cue using the end of the track. And every time I forget the Rain 12s are like that, I get burned. I get burned bad. So hopefully that doesn't happen tonight.
We've got somebody using this hamster style. As somebody who still produces on FL Studio, I appreciate the weirdness. Beautiful, beautiful.
Well, that's another Halloween Saturday in the books, and it was a fun one. I can't complain. The place was slammed. The vibes were good. It's a really positive mood. Not a lot of... In fact, I don't think there were any customers that were unpleasant. I think everybody's super nice, super glad to be there. None of the like Halloween songs really hit anymore. I don't know, like Thriller was the only one that really got me anywhere in terms of like Halloween stuff. There wasn't even like additional heads will roll enthusiasm, but you know, it's just another night. Also, probably people like the same music they do every day. All right, I had to cut the video for a moment there. There was a lady cursing somebody out on the phone really bad, and she was following like right by me for like a couple blocks, and that really wasn't the vibe I was trying to get with this video. So we cut it, and here we are. I just want to say there really aren't any like current pop culture costumes. I didn't feel like there were any real patterns. There's a lot of Scooby-Doo, like Disney. So a lot of stuff that's always been there, at least in my lifetime. I don't know what that says about current pop culture, but there isn't like a thing right now for costumes. I think the last big one was like Squid Games, right? I don't know, was there another one like the year before? I think there were a lot of Aladdins last year, super randomly. A lot of Aladdin and Jasmine, but I don't know, I'm just the DJ, I'm not the costume guy. It was a great night. By the way, this is my costume. It's just a Halloween fit more than it is a whole costume. The whole costume thing kind of stresses me out, and there aren't a lot of options for a man with like long hair and a beard. At least not a lot of options that excite me, so I kind of just go with that. I get compliments on the look. The coat fits well. I don't know, nobody's ever called me out like, what are you supposed to be? So this is my second year in a row, and I think I might just keep doing this unless something inspires me. Not bad. So it turns out editing 4K video is a lot more fun when you have enough RAM. So I had to make a little run at the store. Got myself quadruple what I had. It's funny, it just never occurred to me that I'd be doing this on this rig. I think my main concern when I got it was if it could play Red Dead 2, which it did. But apparently video editing is a little more RAM intensive, so let's give it a shot. Hey, so I was just going through my footage from the day after my gig at Locals Only, and frankly I seemed kind of bummed out and kind of down on my luck. In fact, I seemed downright hungover, which is interesting because I hardly drank. I had two what's the Baltimore thing, hoop teas, and went home totally sober. But what happened is I slept poorly at the hotel. I could do a whole video about things that hotels do that aren't conducive to folks who sleep in after long nightlife gigs. And this hotel checked quite a few of those boxes. Nothing against the hotel. I just don't think it's designed for folks to sleep in till noon. But it got me thinking about how much what I used to think was feeling hungover was just the result of poor sleep or lack of sleep. And I can still get that old hungover feeling if I want to, just by missing some sleep, which is what I did. And I want that to be the vibe. Don't want me to seem sad. If anything, I want these videos to be kind of uplifting and encouraging. So we're gonna have another crack at it. It's a little while later, but I've still got the notes right here that I took down when the gig was still fresh in my mind, and I think I'm pretty sharp. I should be able to remember how it worked, and we should have a pretty good rundown here. So Locals Only, this is a spot I've done a bunch of times in the past. I'm right at home there. I'm always glad to see the staff. They're super cool to me, great people. And shout out to my man Spider who books the spot. I know a lot of the best nightlife spots. So the spot's booked by and managed by DJs, or at least a DJ has a hand in. I think our perspective really helps. I always feel weird about whether or not I should shout out the person that booked me at the gig, because while I want to show them like, hey, I appreciate the work, I appreciate the booking, I also don't want them to get bombarded by inquiries, because I know how that can quickly get out of hand and possibly be annoying for a booker. But maybe shout out Spider. We'll see in the edit. So anyway, this gig, let's just jump right into some songs that worked. What do we got here? Edge of Glory, Lady Gaga. Love this song, but it, like reaction-wise, it's kind of a B-tier Gaga song. But I had played a handful of other Gaga songs. I think I had played Paparazzi earlier, and maybe one other. And I was like, I think we got some like legit Gaga fans. And when you got like legit fans of an artist, you don't want to play like the most obvious song. not that I'm gonna dive into just unknown album cut type Gaga tracks, but something like Edge of Glory might be a little more exciting to them than hearing just Dance or Bad Romance, Poker Face, whatever. So this went off. It was a great reaction. Everybody's shouting out the chorus. Felt great. What do we got here? Oh yeah. So Drake and Lil Wayne, HYFR. Great, like kind of classic throwback track. I know a lot of you guys probably already play this one, but I had taken a little break from playing this, and it just felt kind of old, kind of played out. But there was a little phase kind of at the end of the night where I was just like ripping through hip hop. I was like quick mixing, and I just tossed this in, and it went over great. So I think I'm gonna start playing that more again. I kind of missed that track. It's an old favorite of mine. Oh, we're hitting a road here. I'm gonna turn around. The park system in New York is great, but eventually you get reminded that you are in the middle of New York. Songs that worked. Taylor Swift, Picture to Burn. Imagine that. So this is a weird song. Like I've had it like flop so hard at like the same room that it would crush at, maybe like a week later. It's hard to predict. I think you need the right kind of Taylor Swift fans. You need a certain tolerance for country sounding music. Dog didn't like me maybe. And it got a huge reaction. Some songs that did not work. Sean Paul, Get Busy. Like, hell, I get it. It's an old track. Not exactly peak hour these days for young people, but I really got like negative response to that. Nobody gave a shit at all about that song. But I quick mixed out. It's kind of a weird song to mix out at. It has like an odd number of beats. I don't know necessarily how to explain it musically, but if you know, you know. But I knew how to get out, and I got out fast, and it was fine. It was fine. You're not gonna hit every single song. We got here Charlie XCX and Billie Eilish, Guess. Great newer song. Love playing this song, but frankly it flopped and it sucked. But there were a couple girls who were really glad to hear it, and you know what, I'll play it just for them because it's a new song. It's kind of cutting edge, it's kind of interesting, and we got to push these newer songs. Like, if we don't make an attempt to play all these new songs in our sets, we're still going to be playing Dynamite 10 years from now. Do you guys want that? Do you want No Hands to still be played at midnight in 2030? I know I don't, so I'm going to do my part, and I'm going to play these songs, and maybe if we all do, we can get some cool new songs rather than playing the same shit again and again. So, yeah, it flopped, but I'm not giving up on it. It works really well a lot of the time. It's a fickle friend, that one. Could be the biggest song tonight, could be the smallest, weakest. What we got here? Oh, song that didn't work. The rapper X, not gonna say the name. I think I know how to pronounce it, but I'm not entirely sure. Don't want to get it wrong. The song is Look at Me. This is a song I play fairly often when I'm in like kind of a peak hype sort of energy, and they just weren't ready for it this time. It felt like I kind of overstepped a boundary there. Like they were like at it here, and I was like, how about here? They're like, take it easy, Mr. DJ, you're freaking us out here. And that's an awkward one to have bomb. It's so grating, so aggressive, so distorted. I felt bad for them. Felt like I overstepped a boundary there, but it's easy to mix out of. There's like bah, 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 da, and then the big boomy distorted thing, and then you're in and out like a minute. So wasn't the end of the world. Just lightened up after that, and it was fine. It was fine. All right, let's shout out some edits I really liked from the gig. First one, we got Katy Perry. It's Part of Me versus Call Me Maybe. It is the Sellout MC mashup, and it's not Call Me Maybe like the original Call Me Maybe. It's some sort of 140 BPM EDM like jump up sort of track, and this edit like slaps. I love it. I've been playing the original version of Part of Me, and I still do sometimes. But sometimes you're just like you're at a higher energy point up, and when you're playing like Every Time We Touch sort of stuff, and jump into this one, and it's awesome. Brings the song to another higher level. So shout out Sellout MC. Great editor, fan of a lot of the stuff he's done. Next edit I really like is Becky G and Nicki Minaj. It's Shower, the Dang Starships mashup. My guy Dang really talented like mashup guy. He had sent me like a zip folder of some mashups, and everything was just mint. Like they sound good, and they're interesting tracks that fit together. Like I think there's more to a mashup than just matching the key and the BPM. I think they're even beyond that. There are things that work and there are things that don't. And he knows the things that work. Now is Shower like a huge song? Becky G's Shower? Nah, not really. It gets a reaction though, and people like it. And it's something new to do with like a tired ass song like Starships. So what I'll do is I'll play like one verse through to like the drop of the Starships, and I'll throw on this one. I'll do one more verse through of Shower, and it's a more interesting thing to do than just playing two verses of Starships. So I'm gonna do it. I'm always looking for a creative new way to mess with these tired old tracks. And then another edit I really liked. It's Clean Bandit, Rather Be. It's the DJ Transit World Hold On Fisher rework. So I think it's a mashup of Rather Be with the Fisher remix of World Hold On. And this one sounds great. Rather Be, it's another song I've been playing the original of lately. And this is nice to have when I'm playing kind of in a houseier zone. And it just bumps. It sounds great. The tracks complement each other well. It's a great sing-along reaction. So great one from DJ Transit. I think that about sums up our exploration of this Halloween gig at Locals Only. I was glad to have spent Halloween there. Really positive vibe, kicking off the latter half of fall. So yeah, no complaints on my end.